The title of my speech is "It Could Always Be Worse."
Yeah.
It could always be worse is a statement that we have all heard and used hundreds of times in our own lives. But how many times have we actually seen it come to meaning in our own life? In May of this year, the 13-year relationship I shared with my wife came to an end. Luckily, I have the best neighbors anyone could ask for, one of which is my best friend, Sarah. Sarah would tell me to be thankful for the things I do have in my life: my amazing daughter, my golden retriever, Richie, the people who surround me with love, and they could always be worse. These are always the hardest things to see and realize when we're at a very low point in our own lives. I couldn't see the meaning of the statement until one day I was at the VA, waiting for my usual pain management doctor's appointments to get the injections in my neck to counteract the migraines from my brain injury and to relieve some muscle tension in my neck from the injuries I sustained in the war in Iraq. As I was sitting waiting for what felt like an eternity to be called back, a young man, who I would later find out to be 19, walks in. He's very tall, he's about 6'5". He's wearing a sweatpants suit in the middle of July and Velcro shoes. But what I noticed more directly about him was the white styrofoam helmet he wore. He came in and was immediately taken back to be seen, while his 87-year-old grandfather walked in and sat down next to me. We struck up a conversation about his grandson. I found out that at age 14, he lost both of his parents in a car accident. At age 17, he joined the military. At age 18, shortly after his birthday, he was sent to Iraq. On his first mission in Iraq, he was hit by an IED, which is also known as an improvised explosive device. The blast wave from the explosion had damaged his brain so severely that they felt if he was even to get one more bump on the head, that he'd become a vegetable for the rest of his life. The extensive brain injury he had suffered impaired his motor skills to that of a 5-year-old. He had never had a girlfriend, never been on a date. The only person he had in his life was his grandfather. The impact this would have on my own life wouldn't become evident until I laid down that night to go to bed. The first thing that came into my head when I closed my eyes was this young man, and I finally realized it could be worse. I had to wonder what would happen to him when his grandfather inevitably passed away. What would his life be like? Where would he go? Would he ever get better? Then I realized I literally could be in his shoes. My life wasn't very much different than his. I have a beautiful daughter. I have the best neighbors anyone could ask for. I have a beautiful home and a family who loves me unconditionally. So yes, it could always be worse. Thank you.
Thank you.